Hey folks, Quill18 here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. It's the Kaiserreich mod. We're playing as the Kingdom of Canada. And we're prepping very soon to go to war against the Kingdom, or the Empire of Germany over here. Partially as a revenge for what happened in the First World War. But also because we need to get to Denmark and spank the shit out of these guys because they bopped my naval landing, and I'm really unhappy about that. We're going to keep going ahead and piling up on this front over here. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is this field marshal, or not this field marshal. Where's my field marshal that's got the... This guy here has got the minus 10% combat width. I should actually be using him in... None of these traits really matter, but the level 5 is better. Faster planning. Actually, knowing me, I'm going to keep tweaking the battle line, so maybe the faster planning is good. Anyway, I was going to say, I do have the guy with the, minus 10 combat width, which means we could go and redesign our divisions around a combat width of 22 here. But we're also going to be using plenty of, generals and whatever that don't have that, and I know that I'm going to just, not use things properly, so we're going to do that. The motorized brigade over here, I would love to switch these guys over to using mechanized, but we don't actually have enough mechanized to be able to support that, so they're going to have to keep going with motorized for now. I mean, I guess I could throw on the field hospital here. Is there any real cost to doing that? You lose a tiny scooch of organization. A little more weight and supply. That's okay. But we have tons of supply equipment. We do have some motorized. You lose a little bit of armor and a little bit of piercing. Because, you've got some extra soft dudes in here, basically. Probably is worthwhile doing that to the motorized brigade. Okay, let's do that. And taking a look at the medium tanks over here. So I, for a long time, did not fill this out because I wanted to get my self-propelled tanks in there. It turns out there's a bug in Kaiserreich that is specifically for the self-propelled, I said self-propelled tanks, self-propelled artillery, the tanks with artillery guns, basically, where it doesn't show up for medium tanks only. There's sort of like a little tweak that you can do to do that. It has to do with a missing graphic file or something like that. So I'm not crazy. I should have been able to add it in there, and I think with either light or heavy tanks, we actually could. But that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to go ahead and add another tank, I think. We could add more mechanized for just more general organization and toughness, but the tanks will give us more breakthrough, which is really what we're looking for. Breakthrough is I don't know, an extra shield on top of all your stats on attack that you can soak damage without dying. So we're just going to go with that. But you know what? I'm not going to throw a field hospital on this one. After all, I want that to punch. I don't think I want any other tweaks over here. That's going to be okay. In terms of our front line here, we are going to be getting a lot of dudes. So I'm actually going to go ahead and invest in maximum infrastructure on the front line. I'm also going to go ahead and upgrade this port. And you know what? Maybe this one as a backup to level 10. Make sure we've got lots of supplies coming in here. Radars are being built up. That's going to be okay. Airbase. You know what? Let's get them all to full level 10. That's going to be okay. And maybe I'll get some anti-aircraft guns. I wasn't building them because I figured we'd have enough in the Air Force, but it would really suck if they started bombing my infrastructure and starving out my troops, because there's going to be a lot of people over here on the front with Germany. Lots of infantry slowly marching, and supplies will be a bit of a thing. In the north here against Belgium, we're going to have, it's going to be all armor, and they're going to hopefully be able to push through really quickly, and then down here, I'm a little bit less worried about the state of things over here, because I think we're going to rip through it in 2 seconds. Not going to deploy planes yet. What else did I want to do? I wanted to... Oh, production line here. We are a little bit... We're still short on actual mechanized equipment for doing the carryover, or the swap over. So I'm going to add a third line for mechanized equipment over here. I'm going to put it at the top of this over here and do this. I'm not going to sign any actual factories yet. As we go and, we take territory, it'll go here. We're on the cusp of getting our next tier of mechanized equipment. Now, if I switch to it, we will lose a bunch of the efficiency bonus, which will suck. But I think I'm going to do it, because we are not currently short on mechanized. We have just barely enough, but we do have enough mechanized to keep everyone 100% right now. So losing the production for a little while won't kill us, and then we'll start trickling out the new types of equipment. So that's going to be my plan over there. We do have this guy over here that's giving us some sort of bonus as well for the design. So I think that's how we're going to proceed. That's going to be okay. The other thing I want to check is experience levels, and you can see we've got a few people who aren't quite all the way there. it's probably worth doing some training up here as we switch out some of the equipment upgrades. You could really use a lot. They will lose some of that experience, but yeah, we'll try to get you there. Marines are okay. Now, the Marines still have their old invasion, which was failed and bopped, to go over to Denmark. I'm going to swap you over and ask for you to go here. And we could go all the way to Hamburg with this naval base here, but I think that might be a little too risky. We're going to see if we can take Williamshaven. So we'll just get you to prep that invasion. 10 divisions, good, 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 to go there, because we should hopefully be able to connect up to you quite quickly if there turns out to be any kind of difficulty. Okay, let's finally address India over here. The Indian elephant in the room. Because at one point I had hit the play button, and I forgot that I'd stopped the play at some point because our front was not pushing, because we had really bad supply, and because the territory, the terrain sucked, and the infrastructure sucked, and everything like that. We weren't pushing, and I'd forgotten that I'd stopped this completely. I think I can probably re-enable it. I mean, the thing is, I actually don't have that many troops here. A lot of these are actual Indian troops, but I think we can do that. I'm going to make a couple of tweaks, though, before we do that. I'm going to go and delete the front line here completely. And then I'm going to tell all these guys to shift-click here, because right now there's only 10 divisions assigned to this. If I do this, we get 24 divisions set up there again. Except you guys here, I'm going to assign you to this front and set an offensive line like that to go and take this guy out. I think I'll explicitly right-click as well to try to get that started. We don't have all the angles covered, we'll see. And then this fella over here, I'm still going to ask him to go and rip through all of this and try to take every single province, just to clean that up. That looks to me to be okay. I'm also going to encourage all these guys to just start the punch to here, run to the coast, and run up to there. And then once you're across the river, maybe backtrack over here or something like that. This might be a little aggressive, but I'm not expecting much of a counter push. Now, we also have enough political power to go and make a change over here. At one point, I will want to go and increase my conscription laws, because we don't have a huge amount of manpower in the bank, but I think we've got enough to keep going. So what I prefer to do is add an intel minister, and there's a lot of good choices. I think the two that I'm debating over are either René St. Pierre over here, who say, well, there's a few that are the same. Political power is not bad either. Yeah, like over here. But either decrease research time, although honestly our research is pretty good. I think our research rate's pretty good. We're mostly ahead of time in a lot of categories, so I'm not too concerned about this. And decryption is good, but I may as well take this guy just over here. And I like the sort of James Bondy kind of code word over here. He happens to be an actual paternal autocrat as well, which I think is very fitting. Gives us a boost to encryption and decryption, which is actually very, very, very powerful, both for spotting what the hell's going on and also potentially getting a bonus in combat. So I'm going to go ahead and get him. We'll once again store up political power over here to make sure we've got a bit of a buffer. Right now we're okay. And probably switch conscription laws next. Now these guys are a little bit isolated. I think mostly I'm going to have them sit here. They should be getting some supply. Like, they don't have enough of it, but they get some supply because they are sitting on a victory point. I'm going to have them mostly sitting idle and try not to die while we try to hopefully push up and meet you in some fashion. So I think with all that, we can go ahead and unpause. Oh, I want to check the trade. Oh, a little short on rubber. Let's get some more from Indonesia over here. Thank you very much. And do that. Everything else is all right. We are exporting a lot, so we're getting a lot of civilian factories, which is nice. In fact, if we can get some more tech for the no divisions. I'm going to assign you to this front. More tech for the extraction. I think that would actually be okay because of our export laws, we are exporting quite a bit. We'd probably get more factories out of it. It's fine. And I did recently check. We've got a pretty significant discount to that. So this is a really aggro move here that could work out badly if we get cut off. But again, we've got some victory point centers over here, and they can be used for supplies if our tanks just decide to sit there. I mean, tanks are not particularly defensive, but that's something that can happen. There's also, if we can complete this somehow, we might be able to choke off all of these guys from supplies. I don't have any troops over here, which is kind of annoying. Oh, these guys finished taking the port, which is great. I'm going to get you to do Something like that. And maybe, yeah, I will just get the tank to go there, and then I'll be ready to fall back to the city. We've got unassigned divisions. Just infantry. I'm going to go and put you in the sort of infantry push towards Germany idea. Thank you very much. You know what I could do is actually run these guys up over here. Again, which would also be a good way to cut off supply from their capital right now. I mean, it doesn't completely bottleneck them, but I'm willing to bet there's not much in the way of supply flow over there. This is a very brave little tank. We don't actually have an airport here, right? That is a friendly airport here. Let's go and throw in a couple hundred fighters over here for some air superiority. I don't think there's any radar coverage. Just run during the day. Just go for air superiority. That's going to be fine. Just to make sure we don't have any negative modifiers in some of our combat here. Very slow. I should have maybe done this with a light tank group. It's not like they're that great at fighting. They sure as hell are really fast. Okay, you are probably hitting the limit of what you... I don't know, you're still pushing. I'm just worried about... Okay, you're good. You guys are moving towards the city, which is good. Yeah, you just keep tanking that out. Hold, hold, hold. We'll get you connected a little bit. Not much of a supply run, but... Again, we're really screwing up these guys' supplies as well. You're doing that. I'll encourage you to do this. I think we should be okay. Especially since there is a bit of a grace period if you do run out of supply somewhere. Like... Okay, that was a weird little stutter here. July the 22nd for some reason. I don't know why that happened like that, but okay. You guys are low on organization. We're just going to go and broaden this up a bit. Okay, these guys are fully cut off. Glorious. Let's go and get you to start doing some of that. We're not going to engage them right away until they actually starve out of stuff. We might just be able to, like, beeline for some more victory points here. I'm going to get you to assist over here. Oh, no, you're still defending. Unassigned divisions. What do we get? Medium tank. Medium tank, you're going to join the Belgian attack team. Excellent. Modify government. Nope, we're good for now. Come on! Assist. I know you're low on stuff, but you can still assist and it'll make you better overall. Northern uranium deposits makes us build nuclear reactors faster, but what we're doing is the Halifax project. We only actually have one other nuclear tech to do, but we'll take the 50% discount on it, and then after we do that, we're going to research or do the national... Yeah, baby! The national focus for the nuclear tech research. Okay, you're coming in there. Yeah, they're not out of supply. These guys are a little bit lower, so that's going to be okay. I'm going to get you to punch up, say, this way. There you go. 10 divisions assigned over here, so there's going to be a lot of shuffling around. We need to, like, just get this resolved as quickly as possible so that we can bop them and focus on the main front. Autosave on August the 1st. Look at this. This really did a number on these guys. They're going to go and hold that front, which is going to be fine. The Indian troops are really not moving. You are tank in good shape. Why don't you go and see about doing maybe that? And then we can cut off all these guys. Blam, blam, blam. Everyone going to die over there. Excellent. What's their stats here? They're still at 100%. Oh, because of course, their core territory is probably over here. We're not actually taking any cores. We're mostly liberating India's cores. That is true. I bet you guys can push there. Yeah. All right, let's go. Hit go. Be on full aggro. Hope you make it. And I'd forgotten that the reason they weren't moving is because I stopped them, and I stopped them for a good reason. But, you know, you have to remember when you do something for a good reason. We're gonna start doing some crazy-ass beelines to Calcutta, which I don't even know, like... I mean, they own... It is their core, yeah. Probably once we take Calcutta, they fall. I'm actually just wondering if I should just do a right-click to Calcutta at this point. Would that be insane? Probably. If we win that battle, tell my tank to stop moving. And help out over here, because that'll pinch this entire area off. There we go. Those guys have all been bopped. We still have 24 divisions on the advanced. Good. They've been surrounded. Excellent. So they'll get whittled down, but it's not quite as important as actually, yeah, taking Calcutta. How many people are assigned to this front? Actually can't find the label. There it is. 19 divisions. Wow, so there's basically no one assigned to the real front. On the other hand, it probably means we're going to bop these guys pretty quick and just eliminate them. Oh, okay. Ooh. Halt. So maybe what I should do is set an offensive line, I don't know, just through the middle. I don't know if it matters. I don't know if that'll make them auto-push or not. And from what angle. Maybe not the river crossing. Maybe come in that way. Okay. They are out of supply and attritioning. Yeah, we got the skulls in most of the places. I don't think there's any victory point markers in here, so yeah, they should be basically getting no supplies whatsoever. And starving out and getting a huge penalty in combat. Yeah, excellent. Oh, they do have a little bit of piercing stuff. I guess that's a light tank fighting, so that's not a surprise. If they've got any kind of, like the bazooka tech or whatever it is for their infantry, that probably gives them enough punching power. Or I suppose they might have some anti-tank division. Okay, Kangaroo. Ram Kangaroo Mark II is done. We are mid-42. I don't think we're going to start on any 43 techs yet. Still going to probably ignore the mountain infantry. Let's take a quick look at industry. We can take more resource extraction. These are a no yet. Engineering. You're also good right now. Support companies. Oh, we can get the next level recon. Yeah, let's do that. I've got recon support companies attached to all of my divisions, so this will make all my divisions better. And it's nice to have the recon boost because you'll use better tactics in the combat, which can give you a very substantial boost to your effectiveness of fighting. What? Why did you capitulate now? Oh! Well, actually, I don't know if Australasian. I guess someone must have done a landing over there. Okay, cool. So we are still at war here with... Are we not at war with the Union of Burma? Yes, we are. Why are you not showing up red when I go to diplomacy map mode? I don't understand. Okay, so there's a few pockets of the commune. I'm going to go and put all my troops on the border of... Oh, there's a bunch of impassable terrain. That's okay. I'm going to put my troops on the border of the Union of Burma and just tell you to push down to here and go and fire and forget. What is it? I'm at war with you. Why are you not showing up as red? Then... Oh, alright, maybe because the war was already over. That's possible. We are going to eat the Union of Burma. Take all states. End turn. And then I think I'm just going to pass a bunch and basically let India take itself back. Pass, pass, pass. I don't want to hit done because apparently that leads to bizarrity. Do I have to take the last state? Oh, there we go. Nothing left to do. Hit done. Blam. And I bet you we'll get some sort of event for the territory here to release it as a puppet, which I would be perfectly okay with. Yeah, liberate them. That would cost me political power. Yeah, I'm just going to liberate them. They may have some supplies, although I can always still trade with them. I don't want to be responsible for, like, guarding these ports and stuff like that. Okay, so the entire Indian army group is actually going to go and join up on the main German Empire thrust over here. You had some light tanks. You know, I might still want to take some of these more motorized ones and move them up. Did I select them correctly? Yeah, and move them into the sort of motorized invasion of Belgium over here. Outdated equipment, what is it? Oh, yes, we're still producing these Stuart Kangaroos. We're going to go and... Whoa, nuclear reactor tech. Pause. And move them to the 2s over here. So again, we lose a bunch of production efficiency. Start the upgrade process, that's good. Okay, nuclear. We can start building nuclear reactors, which is good. And we actually have a 20% boost to building those. So that's wonderful. I'm not going to start on any of this tech here yet. Still too early here. You know what? 50% off, 30 days. Let's go and get some of these excavation technology, because why not? We'll trade a little bit more with our friendly partners, and that's going to be okay. Looks like there's still some training that is perfectly legitimate to do here. Centimetric radar. I'll get the last radar tech as well, because why not? Marines, you must have gotten some reinforcements there. I want you to be, all of you to be at your 100% if possible. And I guess I should queue up some nuclear radar. Or nuclear radar. Nuclear reactor technology. Oh! Tier 3 artillery. Yes. It would be nice to boost my anti-tank guns, but I think I will pick up rocket artillery, and we might do like a 50-50 split or something like that. We need to replace our quarter-pounders with the Tier 3. We actually have a ridiculous amount of the medium, or the level 2 artillery. I could probably pull back on production of that. Speaking of pulling back on production, I'm going to pull back on the production of motorized by, say, half, because when we get more mechanized and we replace the motorized in our mobile divisions, like our light tank divisions, we replace the motorized with mechanized, then that's going to free a ton of motorized to the pool. We still need these for some of our support companies, but that's about it. In fact, I'm going to bring this down even further. It's going to free up a little bit more rubber, maybe for over here. Oh. I won't be able to increase conscription right now because we're not fighting anyone impressive enough. But nuclear reactors over here takes a lot of production. We'll put it in the... Oh, you guys are all full. Well, that's what we have the U.S. for. Here, here. We're going to build a bunch. I want a lot of nukes being produced. $60, $60. 80%. There we go. Oops. Not you. I'll actually put you at the top of the queue in San Francisco so you build a little faster. Just to try to get our first one as early as possible. I don't know. I honestly don't know that there's going to be anyone left in the world by the time we get our nukes. Especially since German Empire, like the fight against Middle Europe, this is our final go for this particular series. Last thing we're interested in doing. So yeah, I guess I'll just save my political power for our switch over to conscription, just to make sure we've got that buffer, because I'll definitely want to do that switch. And we'll see. All right, so we're pulling our troops out of here, which is fine. Burmese Empire. So, and you're a puppet. Yeah, excellent. Cool. Engineering Company 3 is done. That's also wonderful. May as well get the field hospital over here, because we've got that deployed to all of our infantry divisions. I wonder if I should add it to the medium tanks. You know what? What the hell? Let's do it. Let's keep our boys alive as much as possible. Which is not normally one of my priorities. I'm usually pretty content to treat my people as pretty disposable, but maybe we'll make an effort in some alternate way. Let's go up to speed 5. I don't think there's going to be anything else quite yet. We've got to finish the Halifax project, and then what we do is we start generating our claim on the German Empire. And push there. They're still at war with Russia over here. I think this front has been pretty static for a long time, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's the case. And yeah, we've got our one stupid war against Denmark over here. The stupid war. How's our ship production? I think that'll be the last battleship I do. I'm going to go and queue up carrier. Let's actually tweak the carrier. This is our naval. So we can actually make, like, super heavily armored with extra deck space. I like it. Carrier Mark 1. I'm gonna queue up 2 here, just in case, because I think we are building some naval bases. And yeah, you guys can keep joining the channel fleet for now. That's going to be super relevant. Alright, I'm okay with that. Unpause. Go, go, go. Go. I don't actually want to select you. Go away. Thank you. Training? Mostly done. We're going to be adding a couple more here and there, but I think we could probably just kill this training off at this point. That's going to be okay. Tanks still need a fair amount of training. Oh, and the Marines only needed it for a second. I mean, it still generates army experience, but yeah. All right. Convoys, we've got a good number of them. We don't have any enemies over here. Well, no, because we're in only war with one person. Mexico's my puppet. Yeah, we got a lot of puppets over here. And they might, you know, maintain some of this coast. I could probably, this little Caribbean patrol, I may not need it anymore. Because who am I patrolling against, really? Although, what would I do with it? We might move it into the Baltic later. That actually might be a pretty good application of that. We'll see. Low manpower. It's not that low. We got 300,000 more people we can pick up. We're slowly tricking out more infantry divisions, which I guess is fine. Yeah, it's fine. I think we've got plenty of numbers over here. I mean, 58 divisions on the front. So the German Empire has max like 100 divisions. We've got almost that number on their front. And they are fighting a two-front war. And our divisions are probably stronger here, because that also... I mean, first of all, the AI might not generate as strong divisions, but it also includes any sort of, like, just garrison-type divisions they've got in there, right? And all the divisions we have on their front are serious freaking true divisions. I'll get this one, too. It's just so fast. What the hell? Let's do it. Get the excavation bonus. All right, I guess we're going to put a cut in here, but next episode, the Halifax project will be done, and we will start fabricating our claim on the German Empire as part of that national decision. I mean, I could have just done it manually, but... And yeah, should, like, be nice if I could have, like, drawn a line here to note exactly where things were, you know, per year. I have no idea what's moving. I feel like Russia's actually pushing and winning here. It just looked like the German Empire name shifted to the left slightly. It's hard to spot exactly, but I believe that's what's going on. Anyway, yes, we'll put a cut in here. Next episode, probably start the war against the German Empire, especially if we're playing on Speed 5. Thanks for watching. See you next time.